Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had Warden Covello when he was a CERT operator at Ironwood State Prison, he beat the fuck out of somebody. He was either in the front yard, he beat somebody up, or he was a CHP officer, he beat somebody up, man. And now he's a warden. Imagine that. Smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and have him smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons. Don't Trip, Papi Chulo, Put Me Out Sick Self, Elver Galarga, Malverde, AWOL, Institutional Recall That Ass, One Bad Yard Perro, Cherokee Cat, Loco Moco, The Big Bad Wolf, Raider 62, El Eli, Edgar, Gerardo, Steven, Rigo, Pelon, Eric, Not On My Watch, Who's Doing the Pipe, Denise, The Real McCoy, Southside Warrior, Jay, Ivan, Strip Search Sergeant, holy shit, Keith, Devil Dog, MCC Placa, Ricardo, Melon, Justin, Bankroll Suave, Carmine the Pitbull, American Mestizo, Lori, 559 CEO, Ruben, CJ Zavalza, EOP Whisper, Fuck Your 602, Las Vegas Flights Live, go check them out, Cavino, Incarcerated Killing Chomo Raping Individuals. Incarcerated Killing Chomo Raping Individuals. Take that, Gavin. Take that, fucking headquarters. Pre of these nuts, Lockdown 5, Crystal Bond, La Reina, Winston, Tony. Onto page number 2. What's happening? The Mexican Snowman, El Skid, Hobie Cat, Lead With Love, Albert 12, J.I. Esquiel, Big Bad 48, Nova, Linda, The Retired CEO, Michigan Wolverines, Mikey 559, Chevelle 66, Gigi, and Douse Herrero. Man, that list is getting too huge, right? If you want to get huger, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You're definitely missing out. This episode right here, man. I don't know how else to tell you, so I'm just gonna speak, right? I'm just gonna speak. I'm gonna let God choose the words as I always do. All right. Redemption. Redemption, redemption, redemption. Look, man, what I talk about is California prison. But if you really pay attention, if you truly pay attention, what I'm talking about is humanity. Humanity, right? The world, how people treat other people, how people mistreat other people, how people abuse their power, how just because you've committed a sin, broken the law, doesn't write you off for the rest of your life. You can pay attention to what I'm saying. All right. The topic is fucking redemption. Excuse my language, Big G. Right? Again, these are his words. I'm not perfect. Definitely not perfect, but I'm an instrument that he uses, right? He decided, hey, you're the one, man. I don't know. Something about you, kid. I like you. You got a way of talking. You got a way of moving. You little fuck. Big G, please don't call me that. That's a backstory. These comments have been coming in hard, and it's good because it's giving me, I don't want to say material, but it's giving me topic headers to talk about. What on what was it? I don't know. I do so many interviews these days, I really can't keep up. I don't keep up. I just show up and just start talking, and then I leave, and then they just compile. Which one was it? Honestly, I can't even remember. It is 12:44 a.m. This is my 5th cup of chanate. I'm drinking from a straw because you guys don't like the way I slurp, allegedly. Some little youngster, and it's always the youngsters. They wrote, "Don't be fooled by this guy," talking about me. He really doesn't like inmates, and he really doesn't like criminals on the street. I'm like, oh, yeah, of course. Of course I don't fucking like criminal on the streets. That goes without saying, without a question. If you need me to remind you or emphasize on the fact that I do not like criminal on the streets, I'm going to go ahead and just say it for the record. Hello? Again, I don't like criminals on the streets. Period. Now, what's the difference between a criminal on the street and incarcerated person, an inmate? I was thinking about this as I slept last night. Somebody who's been incarcerated in prison has taken their free will away, their movement, their freedom of movement, their freedom to that's fucked up, right? That's fucked up. Now, I need you to understand, these are the words of a 39-year-old man, former correctional lieutenant who did 16 years in the department, is now a father of a beautiful 5-year-old daughter. These are my words. These are from my experience looking back. And I would not have been able to see it any other way. Because when you're in the mix, you're in the mix. All you see is a small picture. They lost their freedom of movement, right? It is our responsibility. When I say our, I mean the California Department of Corrections. Again, I'm speaking prison, but I want you to see the big picture. Those individuals lost their move. They can't just, hey, I don't want to move in with so and so, right? I'm not talking about the inmates that refuse sallies every other day, right? Because I use a lot of blanket statements on this channel, and I don't do it on purpose, and that's a bad thing. That is a bad thing, okay? But understand, there's people in prison that have committed their crime and are fucking sitting there that are like, hell, I want out of this place, man. I learned my damn lesson. However, I still got another 6, 5, 10 years remaining. Man, I hope to God I survive this place, right? Because it's now they're in the jungle. They're in Gavin Newsom's world now, okay? You don't want to be in Gavin Newsom's world. Gavin Newsom's world is not correct. It is wrong, okay? It is bad. I have to just say this. The Corcoran Gladiator shoes that happened in the 1990s, the Corcoran Gladiator Wars, the dog fights, the cockfights, the rooster fights that they were betting. People have always said, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. And I told you guys, I said I wasn't there. That was in the 1990s. I joined in 2006. I wasn't there. But what has always been my take on it, I'll give you my honest take on it. My honest take on it was that I wasn't there. That I can only assume that those fights were being arranged due to the higher ups saying you will mix them. You will mix them. You will not segregate them. And I know this because somebody that I'm related to that started back in the day said like, yeah, they told us to do this. We knew that they were going to fight. Of course, you put a sureño and a norteño together, they're going to fight. All right. So how do I feel about it? I feel that part right there, the COs were just taking orders. That's how I feel right there. Now, the betting, Hector, would you have bet? I've never bet in the prison system. There's no need to, right? Unless they were bored, the COs were bored, damn borderline criminals. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start betting, now you're crossing into some type of dark side. Not you're crossing. You have crossed. That's how I feel about that right there. Now, the shooting of the inmates with the Mini 14 on the concrete yards, I'm absolutely against that. 100%. I never said it then. I'm saying it now. You guys want to know? That's fucking uncalled for, man. How the fuck? That's like me being a lieutenant at Donovan when we mixed the S and Ys and the GPs. That really happened in 2018, 2019. And they're fighting. And then I go up and run up to the Mini 14 and I pick one of them off. Bah! That's wrong. I was armed with a 40 millimeter. At least a 40 millimeter. I know I'm not going to kill him by shooting him in the fucking leg. Right? I know that for a fact. It's going to stop the riot, but I'm not going to kill nobody. I could not envision... Unless lethal deadly force had presented himself, unless one of those dudes in the Corcoran shoe pulled out a fucking weapon and was going to town on their enemy, on the victim, boom, boom. Now it's justified to meet the deadly force criteria. Now I know what you might be saying to yourself. Well, Hector, back then that was the use of force policy. Shooting inmates with the Mini 14 for a fist fight, that was. And I have heard that. I just couldn't see myself doing it. I couldn't fucking see myself doing that. And again, this is me speaking now. I don't know how I would have reacted if I was a fucking prison guard in the 1990s at Corcoran. I don't know. But I'm saying that I never thought that was cool. Now, redemption. Criminals on the street, man. I live on the streets. Right, out here in society, not actually on the streets like a homeless person in downtown San Diego next to Petco Park. My wife lives out here. My daughter lives out here. My parents live out here. You guys live out here. Even fucking criminals don't like other criminals. Again, you're free. Every individual is free to do what they want, man. But you understand. You better understand the repercussions. You better understand karma. You're gonna get caught slipping, right? Somebody's gonna shoot you in the the process of defending themselves. Somebody's gonna arrest you. You're gonna go to. You're not gonna win. All right. You're not gonna win. Blanket statements. I often say RJD, Charlie R, level 4, SNY EOP, the worst of the worst of booger eaters. You know, there's some individual inmates on that yard that behave, that follow the rules, that program. One of them was a fucking clerk that overdosed and died on the toilet. Well, Hector, how is he following the rules if he overdosed? I mean, the dude wasn't bothering nobody. The dude was minding his own business. As a matter of fact, reflecting back, that might have been the same one that warned me about to put my COVID mask on when A.W. Halle Berry rounded the corner. Can't recall. Could have been. Motherfucker looked out for me, then he died on the toilet. It's fucked up. That's a blanket statement, right? For the individuals that are still in prison, this is your message, man. This is a message from God. This is not me talking. I'm doing my damn best to let the world know that, hey, you got action, right? There's hope. There's fucking hope. You're not written off. As a matter of fact, I did a post yesterday on how COs are broke by the 5th of the month, right? So for them to be pointing fingers and blaming, and I get it, it boils down to survival at the trench level, at the troop level. I cannot in good faith tell brand new correction officers, go ahead and play chess with the inmates. I just seen a flyer right now. Apparently they're going to do that in March at St. Quentin Rehabilitation Center. A friendly game of chess between the inmates and the COs, all right? I cannot in good faith tell the officers, hey, go play chess, go play hacky sack, go play foosball, go play baseball. And the reason for that is because not every inmate is rehabilitated. Not every inmate wants to rehabilitate. Look at Snoop, badass Snoop. Motherfucker just killed somebody. Look at Jaime Osuna, motherfucker decapitated somebody. Okay? You cannot differentiate, especially if you're brand new. You're motherfucking, you're too new. Your feelers haven't gone off yet, right? You get an OG like Sergeant Wall at RJD playing, what's that shit called? I always forget that shit. Cornhole. Sergeant Wall is experienced. Sergeant Wall's been around the block, right? He's like the crocodile hunter. Motherfucker could wrestle alligators. If you're brand new, you're not there yet. Who knows if you will be there? I don't know. So that's the message for today is redemption, man. If you're in prison, continue to do the right thing. Stay out the way. Mind your own business. Further educate yourself. And I can guarantee you the probability of you getting out and thriving is there. I talked to many people that did decades in fucking prison and are out here. You know what they're doing? Driving around in brand new Tacomas. That's a fact. Eating ice cream with their family. That's a fact. Going to the beach. Going to Big Bear. They're doing these fucking things that I probably could never have fathomed, right? And look it. There's a way out, okay? You just gotta avoid the fucking bullshit. And that's fucked up with what's happening right now in the state. It is fucked up. It is bad. It's wild, man. Especially in the women's facility. I might end it like this. This is a message for the day. I'm talking about redemption. And it ain't my words. Yesterday, there was a trailer for a documentary that's coming out. And I told you guys that I do a lot of interviews here and there. I don't know where. This one, I happened to go to Long Beach. Longo. What's up? Eastside Longo on the set. What's happening, cuz? Insane Long Beach Crip. God damn, Hector. You all right? Yes. The chanat is hitting. in more ways than one, G. This one in particular, this was a few months back. I went to Long Beach. I got interviewed regarding the fact that you now have male inmates in female prisons, and you've had that already. You guys are just finding out. This is a good, strong message. Listen, pay attention. The reporter, the news person, she was a young female. And I say young, probably like 22, 23, 24, 25. She was very passionate about what she was doing, right? She was good at her job too. The questions she was asking, the direction she was coming from. And I said, shoot it, man, shoot it. I shoot from the hip. What's up? What's happening? Look, fucking, you ain't got to run no script by me. Let's do this. She's like, all right. As we're recording midway, she's like, and why should the public care? Why should the public care that there's males being put in females' prison? Why should the public care that all these things are bad things are happening to inmates? Why should they care? I said, check this out, right? I have a daughter. I cannot control her path. I cannot control her destiny. I have no idea if she has the gene of alcoholism that I have. All right. She may find herself in prison. I don't know that. Nobody exempt. Nobody is exempt. Nobody gets a pass, right? God forbid my daughter goes to a female prison in the future and they start housing men with her. I'm going to have a problem with that. I'm definitely going to have a problem with that. And if I don't speak out, who will? Okay? With that, keep pushing forward.